I started my YouTube channel to help aspiring business owners and entrepreneurs literally soar to success. And today is autumn budget statement. We've got another chancellor here in the UK. This one is called Jeremy Hunt. We've had more chancellors than I've had hot dinners this year. I feel it's my job to sort of demystify what they're saying in their statements, specifically for entrepreneurs and business owners. This is my iPhone. I'm now logging into my news app. And here's what I'm getting. Jeremy Hunt taxes the wealthy to pay for welfares and pensioners. Janet Daly says there's glaring contradiction at the heart of the Tories' plans. What the statement means for house buyers and pensioners. Record fall in house-come incomes, erasing a decade of growth. Household energy bills to rise by £500. House prices will fall by 9%, says the OBR. So, you know, some pretty negative stuff. But on these little yellow pieces of paper here, I've dissected what it means for business owners. The headlines in the newspapers are cooking this up to be way worse than I think. See, if you're an entrepreneur and business owner, there is the economy, and I believe there is your economy. There is opportunities in all economic upturns and downturns. It's up to you to go, right, this is what we've been dealt. How do we get through it? But let me tell you the salient points of today's budgets and what I think it means for the SME business owner that's turning anywhere between 50 grand a year and maybe £100 million a year. That's most businesses. If you've got some employees and you're worried about your business, how are you going to pay the bills because you're reading all the negativity in the press, just remember that if you go out there and focus on marketing, getting customers, focus on innovation, building great businesses with great customer service, focusing on your commercial numbers, delivering a great product and service, you will get through this. More millionaires and great businesses are built in economic downturns, so it could be really exciting for you. With that said, let's get into it. Freezing VAT threshold. Now, at the moment, if your business generates 85,000 plus in turnover or more, you are then a VATable business. Now, what they've done is they've said they're going to freeze this, I think, until 2026. Now, with inflation, that means more businesses are going to have to register for VAT. You know, the press are going mad about this, but actually, I think if I look at this from a level playing field point of view, I actually think they should bring the VAT threshold down to, say, £20,000 so that businesses that are paying VAT, that are above the £85,000, around that £125,000 worth of turnover that are just into VAT, don't get penalised. So what I mean by that is actually by freezing the VAT threshold, making it 85,000 for the next few years, when inflation catches up with that, it brings more people into VAT and creates a level playing field. Reiterate the point, if I was in charge, I would have brought it right down to £20,000 so that everyone's paying VAT that's in business, therefore creating a level playing field. If you're worried about that, don't forget that when you become VAT registered, you also get to claim back VAT for the last few years as soon as you become VAT registered, so you might get a cash payday into your business. Talk to your accountant about that if you want some more clarification. Here's another great thing that the Chancellor did. This is a really good news thing. Anyone that's in hospitality, retail and leisure are now getting their business rate reduction increased from 50% to 75%. That's a direct benefit to my business. That's going to bring cash into my business. That's going to help me pay for these soaring energy prices, and that's going to help high streets invest, employ more people, or even just stay in business. So that's a really good news thing to come out of the budget. Company dividends. Ah dear. Small business owners historically have always paid themselves through dividends rather than PAY salary. And that was always a benefit, I think, for entrepreneurs and business owners for taking financial risk for actually starting a business. And over the last 10 years, the differences between being on PAYE and via dividends has got closer and closer. Now, I think you get £2,000 worth of free dividends tax-free at the moment. They're reducing it to £1,000. They're going to bring it down to £500. I guarantee you in the next 5 years there will be no difference whether you take your income through dividends or through PAYE. The only real difference is national insurance, but I think they'll catch up to that as well, creating a more even playing field for tax. But here's the interesting thing. If you are paid through PAYE, I think you'll find it's easier to get mortgages, easier to get credit, so there could be some advantages. You know, my job is, obviously this is disappointing, the dividend changes for business owners and entrepreneurs, but that is the meal we've been served, and I'm trying to look for the good news in it. R&D tax. Now this is big for business owners, and there's been some key changes to R&D tax refunds. You are now only going to get 86 pence in the pound rather than 86% rather than 130%. This is quite complicated stuff for the YouTube channel, so please check with your accountants. But there has been a reduction in your R&D tax credits. National living wage. Those of you that I know watch me that are in leisure, hospitality and childcare, there's been a 9.7% increase to national living wage to £10.42. A lot of business owners, small business owners are worried about that. But look, you know, it was £4, it was £5, it was £6, it was £7 and £8, £9, and it's now £10.42. Doesn't that mean that more people are going to have more money in their pocket? They're going to be spending money in the economy, and you're just going to have to put your prices up to accommodate. It's a strange thing, really. As people earn more, the economy puts their prices up, so you end up in this same different scenario. And I think people having a bit more cash in their pockets, you know, could be a good thing. Here's the other thing as well. If you're in a consumer-based business, I desperately think people are going to be staying in this country this year. They're going to be doing less foreign holidays, keeping cash flowing around the UK economy. So if you're in hospitality, leisure, tourism, retail, that could be good for your business as people spend their money at home. And there are businesses that thrive in economic downturns. Saying that, the Chancellor today confirmed, he said the UK is entering recession. He said it from the dispatch box. So, you know, we know it's going to happen. Let's get planning for it. Let's talk capital gains tax, because there is some changes here too. The annual exempt amount for capital gains tax will be cut from £12,300 to £6,000 next year, and then from £3,000 from April 24. So in the next couple of years, that's certainly going to get worse. Now, I think the good news, the headline rates have stayed the same. Founders currently pay 10 and 20% when they sell out. I think it's still going to get confirmation that if you sell your company, if you get entrepreneurs relief, you'll only pay 10% on when you sell your business, rising to 20% of anything after £1 million. That is a lifetime thing. I think we've got confirmation that's continuing. I'm going to put some notes in the video description about company dividends, because I know a lot of you are worried about that, so I'll just give you some notes of an article that I've read today, which I think really spells it out really well. Tax rates are also changing for high earners. You would only pay the top rate of tax if you earn £150,000 or more. That's now been reduced to £125,000 when you'll start paying that 45p of tax rate. What does that mean? Well, actually, that's seen as a stealth tax, because we've got inflation at 10% a year. It's really making you pay tax ahead of time. For those of you that can remember, my view that I'm setting up for my businesses is this recession is going to be longer but much shallower than 2008, 2009, that financial credit crunch. We're in a very different place because there is lots of cash in bank accounts and businesses at the moment. I was listening to the chairman of NatWest saying that current accounts and businesses are sitting on more cash than ever before. Some of you watching this will think, well, that certainly doesn't feel right for my business, but you know, that's what NatWest have said. You know, there is still some golden opportunities out there. You know, we're going to be all right, gang. You know, and this YouTube channel will be here to help you get through these economic downturns and hopefully feel excited. I don't want you just to survive. I want you to thrive. One of the ways you can thrive is make sure you like this channel, subscribe to this channel, tell your friends about it. Also go and check out my podcast. And if you want to ask me any direct messages, hit them in the comments below and I'll do my very best to answer them. I'm also on Instagram at James Sinclair Entrepreneur. See you real soon. Bye-bye.